Hi, I'm the Nature Guy, and I'm here at the Houghton Lake Flats, just outside of Houghton Lake, Michigan. This is a big, extensive wetland that at one time had been cleared. Just to the east is Houghton Lake, and this area was the floodplain of that lake. And years ago it was drained in attempting to be farmed, and that worked for a while, but it really didn't work all that well. And so this has been reestablished as a wetland. Behind me there are some levees and dikes and dams that control the amount of floodwaters into this area to keep it as a very healthy wetland. So what's the difference between a marsh and a swamp anyway? Well, this is an example of a marsh. Swamps are dominated by woody stem plants like shrubs and trees, whereas a marsh is dominated by emergent vegetation like grasses and reeds and cattails, much like what we see here. And so even though they're both wetlands, they're really quite different in the plants that are there, and then probably because of different plants, different animals and insects and birds. And there's a lot of cool species here. I want to talk about one of them. It's called the black tern. So we're here up in the observation platform looking out over the marsh, and this is where the black terns nest. They build their nest on floating vegetation. They fly around. They're incredible flyers, terns are. They fly around, swoop down, grab little fish or other small invertebrates and eat those. And then when the young ones hatch, of course, the little ones have to be fed. And so mom and dad will fly around and snap up food for their little ones. So here's some little ones that have hatched out. They're kind of gray and fuzzy. They're really cute looking. And a lot of times I see them flapping their wings. You see, terns are very excellent flyers. They're like a slender, lighter gull, and they're very acrobatic when they fly. These terns, the black tern, is black and silvery gray. Most terns are pure white with black wingtips, but these guys are not so boldly colored, but I think they're really cool looking. Now, one of the things we've noticed here as we've watched these terns is that the mama tern sometimes lands to feed the baby, like this one. And other times the terns, the adult terns, will come in and just hover over the little ones and just drop them the fish without even landing and stopping, and they're off to get another one. See that? They have to hunt pretty extensively, flying up and down across the marsh looking for food near the surface that they can dive for. And they're excellent at hovering in one spot while they're waiting for just the right chance to nab at that little minnow. These terns grow amazingly fast. Of course, they're being fed about every 5 or 10 minutes. So they grow quite quickly. We were out here during Family Camp 1 and saw these, and these pictures were from that time. 2 weeks later at Family Camp 3, they were fully feathered and almost ready to fly. And when I came back 2 days later after that, the young ones were already flying and catching their own food. So what's the lesson we can learn from these black terns? Well, as I mentioned, the black terns aren't very spectacularly colored. In fact, they're the most dull of all of the terns here in North America. But it's not what they look like. It's their incredible ability to fly, that hovering and diving and swooping that we watched. They're really amazing flyers. And you know, it's that way with people. We may look a little different. We may not be real flashy. What really matters, though, is not what we look like on the outside, but who we are on the inside. The things that we do to help each other in our neighborhood, our church and family, and at school, that's what really matters. It's a good lesson for all of us. Thanks very much for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.